Morning, everybody. Oops, I forgot the mic. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. So I was going to play it straight this morning, but I've already got off to a bad start. So wonderful to see you all here this morning. I saw on my phone that it could be raining out right now. Is it? Is it? Okay. So it's no sense in me going, it's a beautiful day. So I'm so pleased to be here. I really am pleased to be here today, to be your celebration associate. May we gather today to nurture our connections, seek inspiration, and embrace change. Paying attention is our theme for March. What are you paying attention to? Are we paying attention to each other? Are we paying attention to our friends in our neighborhood? Are we paying attention to that person that needs help with the door coming out of the grocery place? Most importantly, are we paying attention to each other? To ourselves, rather. That's really so important. We have many activities this week. You can please read the announcement in your order of service or check the sanctuary screens to learn more. And I have Seema, who's going to come up and talk to you a little bit. Seema? Yeah. Cool.
Hello. Am I on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good morning. For those that don't know me, my name is Seema, and I am the chair of the Stewardship Committee. When I put on this hat, passed down, so I hear from a few stewardship chairs past, I think of a few things. One, Frosty the Snowman. and two, those people, fellow FUSIT members and friends that have stewarded our community in so many ways before me, and I'm grateful. I also think about those that steward this community now through presence, kindness, time, and energy to help us connect, inspire, engage, and embrace change. The Pledge Drive, a stewardship campaign, the Pledge Drive and Stewardship campaign is underway now. Basically, what we do is work to align our needs with our financial donations and pledges, pooling our resources to support our community. Right now, there are two ways to support the stewardship process. One, join a stewardship cottage meeting. The schedules and signups are posted online. Join me at the coffee hour to sign up and pledge in an amount that you can. We have 14 new pledges, so never before pledged before this year. So that's exciting. Thank you. And we've received $191,000 in pledges so far. To all of you, right? The claps are for all of you. With 9 days to go, let's see, how do you pledge? If you haven't yet, you can go to the stewardship table, and I have some pledge cards ready. Maybe you have your pledge card on your table and you're waiting for the right time. Any time in the next few days would be a perfect time. So mail it in, or there are links on probably every email you receive from me and on the website. So encourage you to pledge so that the purple hat can go in a box. No, this is fun. But just reminding you, it's week 3 of the pledge campaign. There are many ways to support, and one of them is financially, and they are all important. Thank you.
Seema. Sharing is important. If you are visiting for the first time or you're new to our congregation, I invite you to stop by the welcome table in the parlor after the service. It's located right through these doors. It's usually where we have snacks, coffee, conversation, really important part of our being the fellowship, I think. And in the spirit of intentionality, gathering here in community, I really ask you to take a moment and to turn off your phones or silence your phones. How many do we have going for their phones? Great. Thanks, Jack. Nice. Okay. Before we light our chalice, let's all take a moment to greet everyone around us. Today's chalice will be lit by my friend, Jester. Come up, Jester. We're going to do this a little different. You're going to light it while I'm reading the words. How's that? Here you go. So please join me in saying the chalice lighting words. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action. So I have been asked to do the opening words, which I'm happy to do. I found trying to find something about paying attention and maybe tying it into a little bit about what we're all going through. I found a little ditty by Elena Westbrook. It's entitled, "To Remind Ourselves What is Real." In a world ravaged by violence, by hatred, by conflicts that seem eternal and insoluble, sometimes the only thing we can do is to be still for a moment, please. To remind ourselves what is real. The sun that rose in the morning, the dirt under our feet, the air whispering in and out of our lungs. This hour, try just to be present in each moment as it unfolds. Your simple attention is what makes these moments holy.
Good morning, everyone. You may notice that I don't have a magical microphone on. And that is because in the spirit of spontaneity, our friend Rua is going to read our story for us today. They saw how cute this story was and felt inspired. So, who am I to say no to such wonderful surprises? So Rua, if you would come down now and join us for a time for wonder. We would also like to invite anyone who is young or feeling young at heart today to come join us down here on the stage. And I would love to know who wants to open up our Wonder Box this morning. Alana, do you want to open it up? Come on over. I couldn't fit myself in the Wonder Box, so I did put an alternative item, but I am also a Wonder Box feature.
It's a screwdriver and pliers.
A screwdriver and pliers. Does anyone know what we're doing for RE today? Gabe, what are we doing? Can you be nice and loud? I'll repeat after you, though. Take apart party. And what is the take apart party? Gwen?
Where we either bring stuff from home or we find stuff upstairs and we take it apart.
They find items that were set aside on purpose to be taken apart for the purpose of paying attention, right? We're paying attention. We're going to pay attention to what's in these machines, what they're made out of, what they're put together with. We're maybe going to figure out what some of those pieces are, and we're just going to, in general, explore all these cool machines and electronics that are no longer being used and or are broken. So our story has to go with our Take Apart Party theme today. And Rua, I'll hold it for you. I'm going to turn off this mic, and I'm going to turn yours on. Are you ready? Boom. Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, I can hear my own voice too.
The Boy and the Plus Bot by Anne. How do I say that name?
Ami Dickman.
Illustrated by Dan
Yacarino.
Yacarino.
Yeah.
Juice boxes. A boy was collecting pine cones in his wagon when he met a robot. Hi, said the boy. Want to play? The robot blinked. Affirmative. They played. They had fun. But as they rolled down the hill, a rock bumped the robot's power switch, and the robot turned off. What's wrong? The boy asked. The robot did not answer. Are you sick? The boy asked. But the robot did not answer. I must help him, the boy said. He took the robot home. The boy fed him applesauce. He read the robot a story. He tucked him in. Good night, Bot, the boy whispered. He climbed into bed. Later, the boy's parents peeked in on him, but they did not see the bot behind the door. The door bumped the bot on his power switch. Beep! The bot turned on. What's wrong? Bot asked. The boy did not answer. Did you malfunction? The bot asked. The boy still did not answer. I must help him, the bot said. He took the boy home. He gave him some oil. He read an instruction manual. He was bringing him a spare battery when the inventor walked in. Oh, whoa. Stop, the inventor shouted. That's a boy. The boy woke up with a start. He saw Bot. The boy smiled. Bot, you are cured. Bot lit up. Boy, you are fixed. The inventor called Boy's parents. Then he drove boy home. Good night, boy said. Good night, boy, Bot said. Want to play tomorrow? Boy nodded, affirmative. And the friends did.
The end. Can we give Rua a round of applause?
Harder!
Well done. Also, how brave of Rua. Oh my goodness. Did we notice anything else that the boy and the bot might have been paying attention to or trying to pay attention to? Beckett. Helping each other. They were trying to pay attention to each other's needs and help each other, right? So we all have so many different needs, and we got to look real close to see what our friends need so that we can help and support them when they need it, right? So, if you are a young person and you are ready to take things apart, you may lead us out into the parlor for RE. And if you have not yet signed your young person out, you're going to follow us out here too. For the rest of you, if you could sing us out to Where You Go, which can be found in the back of the grand hymnal or on the screens. Thank you, Rua.
Good job.
Good morning. That's your third time. You're doing really well. In the spirit of reverence, love, and care, we take time now to bear witness to some of the joys and sorrows of our community, to share those events that call for our prayers and support, our praise and celebration. To all the people donating snacks to our hospitality table, thank you. That's from Cheryl and Team 3. Our thoughts are with the family of Jim Garbarino. Jim passed away recently and will be remembered at a memorial service in the sanctuary on Saturday, April 11th at 3:30. An appreciation from Therese O'Connor. It's appropriate given the earlier red hat. We recognize Matt Hare for his many years as the Grand Poobah leader of the stewardship campaigns. Thank you, Matt, for your energy and commitment to the financial health of this community. For those we are holding in our thoughts, in our hearts, and perhaps in our prayers, into this community, into this space of healing and hope, let us call these names out loud. For those we are holding silently in our hearts, let us take a moment of silence. We extend loving kindness to all in our world, and let us remember to extend loving kindness to ourselves. Today, tomorrow, and beyond, let our hands be outstretched in kindness, and let us strive to keep showing up to our lives and each other with an open heart. Love and courage to us all. Blessed be, and amen.
Sitting comfortably with eyes closed, let's begin by becoming aware of the breath. Feel the breath as it enters with a cool feeling and then warming as it gently travels down into the lungs. Fill the lungs with a deep inhale, bringing in energy, vitality, and prana, the life force. As you exhale, feel the body releasing toxins, stress, and any negativity that has accumulated. Stay with the breath, focusing on the feeling of deep peace with each inhalation and exhalation. Feel the energy that is in the body, becoming aware of the warmth and tingling of every cell. Feel the energy that is in the extended environment, in every part of nature and in every living thing. Bring all those energies together and feel them as one. Visualize all of that energy shining brightly as the sun. Bring the shining glow of bright energy over the crown of the head. Feel it starting to travel down into your body, from the top of your head, slowly going down into your face and neck, traveling down into the shoulders, all the way down into the arms, down to the fingers. Feel the healing energy and light going down into your chest, all the way down to your hips. Feel it continue traveling down your legs, all the way down to your toes. Your whole body is now filled with divine healing light and energy. Allow that healing energy to completely fill any physical area that needs healing energy. Feel it warming, feel it healing, feeling expanding through the area. Allow the healing light to bring peace to any emotional issues or traumas. Bring your awareness to any intentions that you may have. Hold the thoughts of those intentions as you allow the healing energy to bring your deepest intentions into reality. Feel your connection to divine energy and light, and know that all is one.
Each week we take an offering to sustain the important ministries and programs of this congregation and its presence in Ithaca. Giving to the plate is important. It's a symbol of our gratitude for this service and our ongoing commitment to support the church. For those who are watching remotely, follow the instructions on the screens. For those attending in person, our ushers will pass the plate. Please join me in saying the offertory words. Okay, now we can do that almost. Okay. May these gifts bring about connection, inspiration, and engagement within these walls and beyond.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's good to see you. Okay, a couple of things before I get started. I've been dealing with an illness for the last few weeks, so I've been busy and consumed with medical appointments. So the last couple of days of this week have made me discombobbled. I got up this morning and I thought, I want to wear a white shirt, right? And when I went to the closet, I thought, I can't believe I only have a white shirt with sparkles on it. Who does that? But I put it on, and with my pink and gray, which I love because it reminds me of the ears of elephants somehow. And I looked in the mirror, which was a half mirror, and I thought, not bad at all, right? And then I almost left without my pants. How could you be so overtaken with the way you look that you forget your bottoms, right? It's like insane. But anyway, the other thing I do, I usually do my sermons at 3 o'clock in the morning and print them out, and I had no printer ink. So Michelle was beautiful enough to print it out for me and have it ready for me when it came, but when I sent it to it, it disconfigured. So I had no idea what I was talking about. So that's why I was sitting there typing. If you notice me, I'm like, I gotta put this back in order. And so I'm reading from my phone. and forgive me because I don't like doing that. I'm going to begin with a poem that was written by Linda Symes. Life is simple when we pay attention to what is important. I'm thinking like your bottom half. She didn't say that. Often we don't until we are caught in that moment. You know, the one that makes you want to bargain for your life and for the life of a loved one. You pray to do better. Repent. Give up all your demons. Do it right now if you will be granted this one wish. When you get what you had prayed for, you question if all of that you said made it happen or made a difference, and that you got what you bargained for. Instead of learning to always pay attention to what ultimately moves us. Life is really that simple. Pay attention to the things that in the end will be the only things you will ever care about. People who you love. People who create your meaning. Sometimes I think, are there just too many of us deliberately and accidentally bumping into the lives of each other way too frequently that we must find a way to escape, to keep ourselves from being overwhelmed, and in doing so we cast a broad net of self-protection and the unidentified many get snared in the mesh, going unnoticed? Has our focus become so political and drenched in taking care of business that the original attachment to individuals no longer matters? You know, our attachment to others is instinctive and natural. The other night, a friend and I watched the movie Sully. You know that movie? Great movie. It's based on a true event of a pilot landing a troubled plane in the Hudson River. That's New York. I love that movie. I love it for many reasons. I love Tom Hanks. He's a great actor, always believable. I love life dramas like The Society of the Snow, because it brings us to that question and that prayer that the poet mentioned. It also brings us to the question of who will I become when I am forced to stand on the brink of losing everything that means something to me. We see ourselves as being solid in our thoughts and even in what we define as our morals, our identities well crafted and tempered like steel. But they're not. Our attention is taken from one place to another, our minds, our needs, our steadiness, frayed by the winds of fate. Our fears become our default identities. I feel through intuition and experience what it is like to be brought toe-to-toe and face-to-face with who I am when I cannot ignore or deny the intense, embedded love of being alive or wanting to go on. Wanting to spin out the fullness of my existence and my profound desire to just be. My attachment to this world and to all I love, all that created our collective identities and make us who we are together. Too often we take all these realities for granted as we do the air we breathe. In the movie Sully, on flight 1549, there were 155 travelers, 150 passengers, 5 crew members, including Captain Sullenberger and his co-pilot, Jeffrey Skiles. And other than the exchanges of seat information and polite welcoming nods here and there, or the communication between those who knew one another before boarding the plane, no one paid attention to anyone else, not really. I don't, when I board a plane. In life in general, how much do we really pay attention to one another? We are often lost in our thoughts, our technologies, our books, our magazines, and simply put our ignorance and indifference toward one another as we attend to our doings. It is not because we are bad people, but because we are busy, we are distracted, and we therefore allow everyone else to become invisible. We drown out most of the human life sounds around us, occasionally awakening to the personal need or physical presence of another, but we quickly go back to sleep. And I make the statement about myself and others who truly do like people. It does not take much to imagine the depth of ignorance that comes from those who don't like people as a whole, those who have buried their natural attachment to others. I probably get about 900 emails a day. 700 are nonsense, advertisements, promotions, the accumulation of junk generated from algorithms. 200 are from people who know me, though 170 of those 200 are invitations to political events or announcements about community happenings. 50 have my name personally attached, but not one of them have a loving, personally written salutation. None ask how I am doing. None say, I hope you are well, I hope you and your family are doing okay. None say, let's get together, I would love to see you. The statistics about loneliness in this country and other countries is staggering. All these people. You think there were enough people to change the gravitational shift of the earth, and here we are, feeling alone most of the time, or being alone most of the time, having no attention paid to us, having no one there for us, having no one to ask those questions. Much of my personal life is shared on Facebook. I write stories about my grandchildren. It's an alternative to person-to-person exchanges that might disrupt the busyness of another or overwhelm the things that desire their concentration or attention. It is adding to our busyness with technology as people sit wherever they are reading these stories and commenting on them. They do bring some sort of pleasure and insight into other people's lives, but I want something more than that. I'm settling. Sorry. Most of us know and have relationships with countless people. I've been in Ithaca for about 10 years, facilitating race relations workshops, hosting poetry workshops, holding book launches, and participating in poetry readings, preaching and being part of the movement of Ithaca. I too know countless people, more know me than I do them, but outside of organized public events, how much do we pay attention to one another, reach out to one another, get to know the lives of one another, outside of a tragedy that moves like brush fire through the community? This is one of the things I love about the Care Cafe, because we do sit and get to know one another. A week ago, I decided to invite a handful of people to my home. I have a very tiny apartment. I live on Richard Place, and I decided I was going to have a game night. That's it. Come over, play games. I have no interest in cooking or the aftermath that follows. So I provided nibbles and drinks and asked people to bring their own supper, which they happily did. And other than being together, there was no specific agenda. We were just playing games, eating, chatting, and we allowed it to take us wherever it did. We talked about whatever came up, laughed, and were happy to engage with those we knew and those we just met. The intimacy of the group made us pay attention in a very different kind of way, not only to one another, but actually to ourselves, noting who we were when we were with strangers, noting who we were when we didn't have an agenda, noting who we were when we simply got together for games and nibbles. Often and certainly in an activist political community, we come together not to be with one another, but to increase the number of people we make up. We get together in body and in spirit, but our spirits are designed for the marked period of time to face the same direction, to rally for similar prospects, to promote and stand up for what we believe, to attack the enemy. It's very similar to a military conscription. Here's a piece written by two bloggers who refer to themselves as Phil and Maud, no less names. Paying attention. Paying attention to our relationships with others is a vital, intentional act that directly impacts our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. In a fast-paced world, treating relationships as living entities that require consistent care and investment rather than leaving them on autopilot prevent them from deteriorating. True attention involves being present, active, listening, and showing appreciation, which transforms daily interactions into deep, meaningful connections. Paying attention requires more than just physical presence. It necessitates being mentally and emotionally available. This includes understanding that the most valuable gift in a relationship is offering oneself in the present moment. Being together in spirit creates a deep sense of trust and connection. Trying to see things from another's perspective helps build bond and trust and mutual appreciation. Attention costs time, and we must make it. It requires energy, and we must rally it up. But this investment reduces loneliness and increases overall life satisfaction, and that is the most important thing we could do for one another. Relationships require active cultivation to thrive, particularly during busy times when neglect is most likely. I know it is not easy to pay attention to everyone all the time. If I stood in the doorway at the end of the service and asked every single person and wanted to hear exactly how their lives were going, we would never leave here. We might even become those people who don't like people. We might walk away chiming, "What a bore." What a mess. But most of my time as a chaplain is doing exactly that. But I'm not in a hurry, and I'm not distracted by business, because I must, as a chaplain, and as the person I am, make it a point not to be. We can always say a warm hello, say, "I hope you are well," take someone in our arms, touch their hands, look into their eyes, and show them that we are here and we see them very clearly, that they are there. I once said it to a friend, if business is what keeps us from our relationships, then why don't we make our relationships part of our busyness? When we respond to emergencies, when we rise up in the face of death and finally see the incredible connection we all have for life, when we pray for our loved ones who are near the end or in danger, it is often late, sometimes too late. This is not really who we are. We are wonderful people wanting to be there for others. I know that. And it isn't easy all the time. It's like the saying of, let's love everyone. Well, I assure you that we do not. There are people who are hard to love. But what we do is respect the fact they have a life to live. And if we can, we try to help them live it well. This wonderfulness in us, this want to help people, to be there for others, to listen, to touch their hand, to give them an embrace, to sit by their side, to want them to live, is not someone else. It is truly who we are. It is the showing of the depth of our humanity, of our caring. We are real and we are present. And when we act on our humanity and our attention to one another, we are allowing our deeper selves to be released. Don't simply designate those incredibly warm and human parts of ourselves as on call for emergencies, only appearing when a dire situation occurs. Let us be love activists. Let's be our best toward one another, if not all the time, then most of the time. Let us see one another clearly. Let's saturate our relationships in the perfection and the grace of paying attention. We sit in the wild paying attention to the clouds and sky, the sweetness of birds, the wind moving through the trees, the sun on our faces. Let's do the same for a friend or even a stranger whenever we can. Thank you.
Closing words are an excerpt from Pema Chodron. Buddhist teachings say that what causes misery is always trying to get away from the facts of life, always trying to avoid pain and seek happiness. In this very lifetime, we can do ourselves and this planet a great favor and turn this old way of thinking upside down and ask instead of asking ourselves, how can I find security and happiness, we could ask ourselves, can I touch the center of my pain? Can I sit with suffering, both yours and mine, without trying to make it go away? Can I stay present to this ache of loss or disgrace, disappointment, and let it open me? Through practice, we can get very familiar with the barriers that we put around our hearts and around our whole being. We can become intimate with just how we hide out, freeze up, and that intimacy, coming to know these barriers so well, is what begins to dismantle them. Amazingly, when we give them our full attention, they start to fall apart.
For Sandra. Thank you. In unison, is it on the board? Oh, it is, good. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are all together again. Our service has ended. Let our true service begin. Go in peace, everybody.
Would that work? For now? Yeah, she just